Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise unto Yahweh Shim Yahweh Shai, Waharakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and honors you brothers to be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So this is gonna be a quick video. I'm gonna call this video shut the hell up, or shut the F up, or something like that. And that's gonna be based off of videos that or a statement that was made by one of the apostles, because pretty much you got a lot of people here that got a lot of opinions, especially within this world. All right, everybody's walking after their own mind. All right, in fact, the scripture says that what folly is set in great dignity, and everybody is in a folly state of mind. And the reality of the situation is that the Most High set up His prophets out here. Okay, the men of the Lord. Okay, the teachers, right, to teach this word. And pretty much you gotta keep your mouth shut when you come before the men of the Lord. All right. Ecclesiastes 5:1, it says, "Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Lord." And where's the house of the Lord gonna be at right now? Scripture says, "Where two or more are gathered in my name," that's pretty much where the Lord was gonna be at, man. All right. So you gotta keep your mouth shut when you come before the men of the Lord. All right, and that goes for, if you just come into this truth, okay, you've been in there 2 months, 3 months, you got to keep your mouth shut and just let the word be taught to you, man. You should be taking notes. Only time your mouth is supposed to be open is if you got a question to ask, okay? But for the most part, your mouth is supposed to be, you're supposed to be as quiet, as like the saying goes, you're supposed to be as quiet as a mouse, man. All right? It says keep that, because pretty much the way the mouth works by what you put into your head. And if your head is full of folly, like the scripture says here, you ain't gonna make you ain't gonna say anything that's of any type of sense up until a point you've been into this truth for a significant amount of time. The book of Ecclesiastes 7:7 says, "Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart." So if you're a mind, right, with oh no, that's not the one. What am I talking about? I'm looking for folly is set in great dignity. Okay, but that's a good scripture too. But the scripture I wanted was folly is set. All right. Ecclesiastes 10:6, and says folly is set in a great dignity. And that's what's upheld within this society. Like I said, the psychology of the mouth is that what you say, what comes out of your mouth is what you put into your head, man. Okay. You spend all day reading about, the complexities of I don't know, rain coming down from the sky. Whenever you're going to speak, that's all that's going to come out of your mouth, man. All right. Us, the prophets of the Lord, if we're occupied in prophecy, like the scripture says we're supposed to be doing, what's going to come out of our mouths, man? All that's going to come out of our mouths is the word of the Most High. Now, can the Most High raise up a prophet and he's just going to speak the word? Of course, the Most High can do that. All right. But the way the Most High set it up for the most part is that you're going to have to be broken down and built back up in this word, man. And that takes time. So it says folly is set in great dignity, right? And the rich sit in a low place. And that's the Israelites right now. We're in a low state. We're in a low state. Okay. But going back onto the topic, it says that what? Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. And what's the sacrifice of fools, man? You be talking all kind of madness so passionately, all right? Because we're all passionate. We're all men. All right, you be talking all kind of passionately, but look what's being passed as legislation within this world. So what you going to speak passionately about? You're going to speak passionately against the scriptures, man. And basically put yourself to open shame, and basically to be putting yourself in a situation where the Most High is going to have to jack yourself up, man. Here it is, you're so engraved in this Babylon juice, all right, the freedom of it. Okay, the perks that you get with this Babylon juice, okay, or Caesar balls, yeah, you're so engraved in the money system, you're so engraved in it. You come before the prophets of the Lord, and you're talking so confidently that this system's gonna go out forever. Well, guess what? When the judgment comes about, pursuant to the book of Proverbs, the 1st chapter on the 26th verse, when your whirlwind cometh like a when your distress and anguish cometh upon you like a whirlwind, then guess what? You're gonna be part of that destruction, man. You're gonna eat off of that, because the Most High had your name marked, man. Okay, he had your number. All right, that reminds me of the book of Ezekiel, the 9th chapter on the 4th verse, where it says, set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So if you got that mark, what's that mark? That's the mark of exemption. And that's a dude that comes, he sees the camp signs, he sees the brothers speaking this word, and guess what? He keeps his mouth shut and learns the truth. All right, and he's more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. Okay, because they consider that not that they do evil, and that's the people of this world, man. Like I said, folly is set in great dignity. The vast majority of what people gonna be talking about right now, it ain't of any relevance, man. All right, you got all kind of YouTube channels out there, and the vast majority of them YouTube channels of disinformation. The other is just ludicrous madness. You got people out there with talking about. Talking about anything, man. Talking about sports, all of that kind of stuff is all vanity, man. It's emptiness. Okay, LeBron James wins the next NBA championship. What does that really change in the world, man? Nothingness. But guess what? You come across the videos of the men of the Lord, okay, the videos of the prophets, all right, and you hear about the word of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai. You hear about how the Lord's going to destroy this place. He's going to raise up his people, the children of Israel, the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, to be a people, okay, a nation of kings and priests upon the earth, and they was going to rule this earth. Then your life could change, man. Okay, that's the difference between folly and reality. Okay, so it says here, be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart, which is your mind, be hasty to utter anything before the Most High. All right, because when you come before the prophets of the Lord, you coming before the Most High, man. You hear defending Caesar Borgia, God that don't even exist. Okay, this Jesus Christ business. You go into the Bible, all right, you find out the Lord, his name was Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, because he was a Hebrew. All right, that means that Greek. You got that Greek, and you have that Jesus. You get that Edomite image within your mind. That means that's an idol. Okay, and that's an idol of what's known as white supremacy. Okay, there's a thing called white supremacy, and they force fed that image of Jesus Christ into you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. All right, to the end that you'll be destroyed by that image, because when you go into the scriptures, it's the stark contrast to that image, man. All right, in a world where you got 2 billion Christians, all right, that worship Caesar Borgia, whom they call Jesus Christ. All right, here it is. You got it to where the LGBT community is what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Is on the up. I'll use that. Is on the up. You got it to where you got all kind of animals going extinct. Okay, you got it to where you got all kind of problems within the world. That should let you know what people call the so-called moral. A biblical moral standard that exists right now is anti-scriptures, man. Okay, it's not what the Bible's all about, man. Okay, because if we was dealing with what the Bible was all about, then we would be dealing with a situation where all of those legislations that have been passed that are against the scriptures will not be passed. Okay, so when you're coming confidently defending the so-called Jesus Christ, all right, the Christian doctrine, you're coming up against the Most High, man. All right, so it says, for the Most High is in heaven, and thou art upon the earth. Therefore, let thy words be few, especially when you're coming up against the men of the Lord. Okay, now let's go back onto the book of 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. All right, and then I'll close it out on that. So 2 Peter 3 and 3, it says, knowing this first, all right, that they shall come in the last days scoffers. All right, so we're in the last days. All right, and you got it to where what? You got a whole bunch of people out there. All right, that scoffers. It says, knowing this first, that they shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. And that's because why? Like I said, out of the mouth speaks the abundance of the heart. Okay, which that word heart means comes from the Hebrew word la'ab, meaning mind. All right, so out of your mouth, you's gonna have all kind of madness coming out. That's what that comes from. Out of your mouth was gonna come all kind of madness that comes from your head, because you filled it with BS, man. All right, and a lot of these people, they've been taught to lead a lifestyle that's all about self-worship. All right, but the reality of the situation, the scripture says within the book of Ecclesiastes 12:12 that the purpose of the Most High was to serve the Most High. Okay, the purpose of the man was to serve the Most High. So like, okay. Right, but we're in the last days, so everybody's coming up talking their own damn business. Like I said, it's time for a lot of you people to shut the hell up, man. Okay, and listen to what the prophets have to say, because the prophets have the truth. Okay, so pretty much with that, I'm going to say, all praise unto Yahweh, Shimi Ashai, Wahara Kakadash, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, honors you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.